Hi, this is Zach here with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Friday the 9th of June. Starting off with the S&P to limber up. Here we've got the rising trend channel from back in October. Top of the channel there, 43.60. That's what we're looking at for now. Hopefully by the end of this month. Nice bull flag, and bull flag which is a gap up flag as well, which is even stronger normally. And so just waiting on really an end of day close above 4,300 to give us a 43.60 target over the near term. Downside at the moment limited to resistance on the way up, 42.20, 42.30 up to that gap area, probably the limit of any setback for this market. Moving on to the stocks, and quite a few of the recent favorites, i.e. stocks which have appeared again and again, so that normally suggests that they're rising again and again. Affirm Holdings, one of them. Clean break of the 200-day moving average, and above that the 200-day line at $15, looking for as high as $28 as soon as the end of next month. The fact that we had that down day on Wednesday and then sharp up day on Thursday suggests that we're now ready to head for higher destinations. Stock which is new here is coming up now. That is Arbe Robotics, which sounds very 21st century. Here we've got a rising trend channel off the lows, multi-tested that floor, and now we've broken the 50-day moving average at $2.50, looking for as high as $4.40 by the end of next month. That would take out the 200-day moving average around the $4.10 level. Stock which was one of the big rises of yesterday is coming up, so we'll see where it is on the scale. Here something that we had resistance line projections all over the place before. I've extended them, looking for a $20 target a couple of months back after that spike, but obviously that was not to be. Current situation is at above the old spike, the mid-May spike there, around the $10 area, looking for as high as that $20 by the end of next month. But the key here is that we hold support in the $10 area. Moving along to Beyond Meat, which obviously is a high-profile situation and doing rather well on the charting front, in the sense that we've managed to clear the 50-day moving average for the first time in a couple of months. Well, actually managed to touch the 50-day moving average for the first time in a couple of months. Need to get through that at $13, above $13, looking for the top of that broadening triangle at as high as $19 by the end of next month. Stop loss, neckline resistance currently around the $11.60 area, so ideally that would hold. It's a gap close buy signal as well, so we gapped down on during the early part of last month and have closed above the top of that gap, which tends to be a good charting, a reliable charting signal in its own right. The next stock is probably one of the ones which has received the most coverage here, and it's paid us in kind with a 50% rise, I think, yesterday. 56% rise, in fact, hitting our target there at $22.80, in fact, and actually overrunning overshooting the runway as well. Current view is that above the $22.80 level, we've got a new target here as high as $35, which is a September resistance line projection. We can hopefully hit that by the end of next month. In the meantime, we don't really want to see the shares back below the $19.80 area, which is that neckline resistance back in the beginning of February, but ideally we just stay above 22.80 on our way higher. Moving on to a new stock for the Chartbreakers designer brands, but it's a broadening triangle base, gap through the 50-day moving average. It's one of our favorite setups. That's around $7.85. Above that, we're looking for $10 as soon as the end of this month. So it's a bear trap gap reversal from below the old May support there, around $7.40 for that situation. Another tantalizing situation is coming up next, EXP World Holdings, and here we've had an unfilled gap to the upside through $18 and above $18, looking for the top of that rising trend channel from last year. In fact, we'd say that back in April to be precise, May to be precise, and hopefully hitting that $25 mark by the end of this month, and we stay above $18.50 or so in the meantime. On to Gamestop, which gave the bulls a pie in the face yesterday. It looked as though it was safe above the 200-day moving average, but obviously if you look back at the historical data, the 200-day line has been a bit of a sticky point. It tends to get sold into. Nevertheless, it's not quite over for the bulls in the sense that we've found last chance saloon support there at $20 at 10, which is the floor of that rising trend channel from back in December. So if you are either looking to this stock or if you're still trying to hang on, then while there's no end of day close back below that support line there from March, shares could still head up higher, not only to fill the gap up to $25, but do what they were supposed to do in the first place, head up to the top of that rising trend channel from back in December at $31, maybe by the end of next month. The first trigger there would be an end of day close back above the 50-day line at $22. Another repeat showing now, which is normally a good thing, and it is in the case of lava. Here we had that brief spike up through the 200-day line, but it looks like the shares are ready to have a second go with this V-shaped bull flag, so-called also bounce off RSI 50, which is normally a good thing as well. Initial target here, the 200-day line around $3.10. After that, the top of the rising trend channel from back in December as high as $4.50 could be on track by the end of next month. So the support here around $2.20, or as tight as that for this situation. On to the last few. The first one is SoFi, and here you can see that this regular is starting to break out. We're back up at the peaks, or the top of the range anyway, the 1 year top of the range basically, or at least it's last summer. Looking for $9 by the end of this month, while we hold above around $7.60, which is recent, just below recent intraday support. Moving along to a new name, and it's Sentage. Here you can see that the shares have got this sort of U-shaped turnaround, looking for the stock to remain above the previous peak there around the $2.50 level. Above that, looking for at least a retest of the top of the proper top of the range, around $5 by the end of next month. But ideally holding above that 250 zone on Sentage. Tesla has done us proud in terms of going up and staying up. Here we've got this break of the 200-day line, and we kept going. So the initial target here around $240. Second target by the end of next month as high as $280. And the upside valid while we hold above previous resistance around the 210 to 220 mark. Just a couple to go now. First one is Upstart, which is featured here many times before. Here, looks like we're primed for a fresh leg to the upside. We've hit one of our targets there around $32, but looking for as high as $37 at that August resistance line projection by the end of this month, while we stay above $30 over on this situation. Finishing off with Warner Brothers, which I don't think has appeared here before, even though it's a big name. Here you can see that we're just about to break a line of resistance there from January. That's around $14.40. Above that, looking for as high as $17 at a 1 year resistance line projection from back in last summer. At this stage, only back below the 200-day line around $12.80, really questioning the break or a potential break to the upside. That's it from me today. More updates over the weekend.